everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I want to welcome my panel that will be having our discussion. And today joining me is Karen Downy, who's in Colorado, and Susan Jarboe, and Reverend Linda Burdett. And I'm Kathy Cronin, and I'm going to lead our discussion. But before we go into having this topic, I'd like to take a moment to help us get centered and bring ourselves into the present moment. So let's just relax a little bit, plant your feet firmly on the ground, loosen up your shoulders. And if it helps, closing your eyes just to shut the world around you out for a few moments. You know, focus on your breathing. Slow it down, taking deep breaths in and releasing these cleansing breaths that let go of any tension, stress, and worries. And as you breathe in again, you can feel the feeling of freedom and openness, and that your heart and your mind are opening to the divine guidance and wisdom that is brought to us today. And with this, I want to bring spirit into this conversation, into our lives. So, Holy Father, Mother, God, we know that you walk with us each step of the way. And all as we go through these holiday periods, we ask your blessings for us to be together with those who bring fulfillment and love and joy, and that we can find peace within ourselves during this stressful time. And we ask you to be with us in all that we do and help us to spread thy love. Amen. So today my topic is from Dr. Gary Chapman, who is the author of the book, The 5 Love Languages. And I'm going to talk about how to be the genius gift giver, be a gift-giving genius. So one of the things, this was an article that I'd received in an email from Dr. Gary Chapman. And I thought it would be very helpful since we're going into, the holiday stress of trying to find that perfect gift. So what is it we need to do to maybe find what is fulfilling? So, gift giving can be challenging, especially when you've blown it in the past. You picked the perfect gift that you felt, and it fell flat. Was it not expensive enough? Not the right color or size? Were you second guessing what your choice was? That the person receiving it just sort of gave a half-hearted, oh, thank you. And, so you start to wonder, but perhaps more than likely it didn't connect because it didn't speak to the person receiving it on how they see themselves as a person. The aspect of this is, in other words, it wasn't personal. And maybe it was personal for you because that's your love language and it spoke to you, but it's not what that person needs in their life or wants to have in their life. So when you give a gift in line with someone's love language, you increase the chances of it being perceived as meaningful. Why? Because they feel seen and known. You're giving them what they desire, not what you desire for them. There's no better feeling when a gift conveys the sentiment of, you get me. So if you're looking for that perfect gift, consider the person's love language. And I'll go through the 5 love languages that he talks about and he writes often. And so the one is words of affirmation. And I've covered these love languages in other times, but I thought this was appropriate to go through these again in trying to help you pick out gifts for the people that you're sharing with. So it is just sort of a time to look at these 5 love languages, and each person sort of falls into some category of a love language. So words of affirmation, these are people who love to be praised. They love to hear, compliments and positive things. So maybe one of the things to give them is a book that is very uplifting or affirming, is maybe even a video or music or something that speaks words of wisdom, speaks to them that they love to hear positive and admiring things. And sometimes it could just be a wonderful card or a personal note from you that says, how much they mean to you. That might be the most, rather than an expensive gift, that may mean so much more to the person receiving that, who really likes to hear words of affirmation. They want to know that you are connected with them. The other love language is acts of service. And we all know the person who's always out there doing something for somebody, that they're, you know, bringing meals, they're doing all kinds of things. They're always that handy person that you can count on. They're the people whose love language is acts of service. And even though they're the type that are always doing service for others, they would like to be seen and receive service for them. So maybe a great gift for somebody that's in service is that does this type of stuff is maybe give them a coupon to say, I'll walk your dog for you, or I'll, do something personally for them, or, prepare a meal and take it to them and give them this thing that you're doing something personally for them, or where there is some service that's being done for them. But if you give something personally of yourself by giving your act of service towards them, it fulfills for them their sense of wanting and doing acts of service for others. It's like what goes around comes back. So they feel like they're now being seen for all the service that they give out. So another love language is receiving gifts. And we know those people who always give you a little trinket, or will think of, they'll see something and they can pick this up. Their love language is about giving, but they are also about receiving, and they like the sense of gift giving. They're the ones that are excited about that gift that they open up and they see, and they, things, but know what their personal interests are. For myself, I love penguins. I collect penguins. I've been collecting them since I was 6. And so when um I most people, when they're giving me a gift, give me something with a penguin on it. I even had a neighbor, and we don't usually exchange gifts, but she happened to be in a Goodwill shop picking up some stuff for holiday decorations. And she saw this penguin family statue that she saw and thought of me immediately, and got it and wrapped it up and gave me. And it was like, we don't normally exchange gifts, but it was like I've touched her life and she knew how much I like penguins. So giving this gift to me was really greatly received. And it just felt special that I was special in her life. Another love language is quality of time. How much do we really love spending time with people? And sort of the quality of time can be just maybe putting together coupons to say, once a month we'll meet up for coffee so we can spend time and chat and check in with each other, just somewhere that you're going to spend some time with them, and being able to do just that quality sharing. They maybe just really need to know they have a friend that they can talk to, confide in, and they love just spending that time together. For couples, sometimes it's just having that time, date nights, just set up different date nights. I had a friend who was going through chemotherapy, and for Christmas, her husband, she said it was the best gift she ever received, because her husband wrote out these handwritten little coupons that she could redeem for, like, going to a movie, or he wasn't much of a cook, but it was like, I'd like to have dinner brought home, something, having that time together. So by putting and creating this own made gift of saying, let's spend this time together. And unfortunately, within a few months after that Christmas, she did pass away. So it was like he gave her the quality of time in those last few months of her life. And then the fifth language is physical touch. Some people just really like to have their hands held. They give wonderful hugs. They like to receive wonderful hugs. They need some kind of physical touch. So maybe a great gift for them is a massage, a spa treatment, something where they can have that physical touch and feel that connection there. The other thing may just be something that they can touch and hold, like a nice, warm, fuzzy blanket that they can wrap around themselves and they can feel that softness of that blanket and feel that wrapped all the way around them. Just feels, they can feel your love and your thoughts as they have this blanket around them. So there's all kinds of different ways that we can use these five languages, recognize the person you're giving the gift to as to what their language is, and make it personal to them. Rather than I've gotten some gifts that I looked at it and go, why would they ever give me something like that? I never used anything like that. And then those end up being regifted. So think about who you're giving to. Think about how they speak their words of love through those five actions. And then don't make the mistake of getting a dud gift this holiday. So those are my thoughts on this subject. And I'm going to open it up to the panel to see what they have to add to this about gift giving and how they will approach the holidays with any gifts that they are giving out. So who would like to go first?
Well, thank you, Kathy. And hi, everybody. Oh, dear. That was a beautiful presentation, Kathy. And then you pick on me. Um, I don't do gift giving. So many years ago, we stopped doing that, except for the little kids. Um, and I never liked the stress that I felt in getting caught up with it. Am I, getting the right thing? Are they going to like it? All of those things always caused me a lot of stress. So now, of course, I'm older. My children are older, and my grandchildren are older. Even the great grandchildren are are like, teens. Um, and for me, the gift is my presence and the presence of the other people that I'm around. And can I be consciously aware of listening to what's going on in their life? Um, Seeing if there's something that needs to be done when the group gets together. I usually split to the kitchen because there's always some kind of dishes hanging out. And even though my son will say, Mom, you don't need to do the dishes, it's like, yeah, I do. And it might not be a lot, but it's like noticing the things that somebody doesn't pick up their stuff and throw it in the trash. I can go over and make a collection of picking up things and throwing it in the trash. I don't I'm not into it's more about presence and hearing somebody and talking with somebody and being in that heart to heart connection. um, than it is for thinking up the right gift. That used to make me crazy, especially when my kids were little. It's like, and I don't want to have that feeling. And for me, when I want to give somebody a gift, I do it whenever I want to do it. I don't need a holiday to 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 do it. And in the last week, I saw one of my doctors that's kind of the primary Department of Labor doctor that I have. And after I left chatting with him and the visit that we do every 6 months, I thought, I love this man so much. And when I go in to see him, sometimes I forget why it was that I went, but I always remember to ask about his cat and his dogs. And now he has a new grandchild. And he was so excited to pick up his phone and show me the picture of his new grandbaby. And on the way home, I thought, I'm going to the store to buy this man a card. So it's kind of like when I give something, it's prompted by some kind of an intuitive heart connection that's happened with an individual and not around the celebration. So I don't even think about gifts. I think about presents, the presents, not presents. So thank you. Thank you for the topic and reminding me of gifts, internal gifts. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And it's what you shared is that gift giving can happen anytime and like not making just the Christmas holiday season a stressful time, but your gift of being present with them and being in the kitchen that you're being acts your love language is act of service and that quality of time. So that is like how you spend the holidays. And then gift giving can be any time throughout the year for you. So it's not about just this one day out of the year that I have to stress out. And I love how you bring that out. It's like being the gift of presence. And that's a wonderful way of looking at, the important part of this Christmas season. So Susan, would you like to go next?
Sure. When I was listening to you talk, I thought of two things. I'm familiar with Chapman's love languages. And the first thing I thought of sent me back down memory lane. My father was great at giving gifts. Those other love languages, no. But he would go out and do his own shopping, and he would target the gift right at us, me or my sister or my brother. And he also enjoyed watching us unwrap the gifts. And he did that not just at the Christmas holidays, but for our birthdays as well. So thank you for sending me down memory lane. The next thing I thought of was uh, I had a sense of relief because I don't go through that. Years and years ago, uh, I have kind of a large family, and the rule we had was I was living thousands of miles away. And so we would exchange gifts if I happened to be home for Christmas. And I wasn't several Christmases. And then otherwise, we wouldn't think about it if I was still 2,000 miles away. What I have done what, is this. I look at the relatives sort of in my age group or older or just younger, and we all have so much stuff. None of us need any more stuff. And giving gifts, trying to figure out what to give, 10 adults, I just couldn't do it. So what I did was this. I don't know if any of you have heard of the organization Heifer. It they provide animals and also I think water purifiers and so on around the world. And they send you a catalog and you pick what you want. And so what I have done for the adults in my family is that every year I buy an animal. So they've had a goat, they've had a sheep, and I give them a card that says you have 2 shares of a goat, or whatever it might be, and then a little bit about the animal. And it's gotten so it's kind of fun, people will open their cards and and joke about, well, what animal are we going to put on the mantle this year? And so it's been fun. And there are a lot of alternative giving ideas, like paying for training for a seeing eye dog. I've always thought that was a neat thing to do. And what I've done with all the little ones, I have great grand nieces and nephews. Um, I give them a present every Christmas, and it's always a Christmas ornament for the tree. And when they turn 18, they don't get an ornament anymore. They get a Christmas card. They're now a part of the animal giving. And doing it this way has saved me so much stress, and I'm giving to a good cause. I don't have to figure out what people might want. They don't have to figure out where they put it. And so, uh, Christmas for me, I gave up on the stress of Christmas decades ago.
Well, thank you, Susan. I appreciate your input. So, Reverend Linda.
Yeah, so much to share. Heifer.com gives animals not only to a family, but to a village. So some of the towns and villages that are living in poverty and literally starving, you can give a flock of chickens to, or a couple of goats. And if you can't afford a whole goat, that's okay. You give towards a goat, and other people pitch in too. So you're not only giving a gift to a person, but you're improving the life for a whole village. And it's the same with the water filtration system, and there's so many wonderful things. It's one of my favorite gifts to give. My mother-in-law always gives a donation somewhere in our name, and then we get to open it up and find where she's donated. And sometimes she takes direction. I've always liked St. Jude because I've never needed St. Jude Hospital for any of my kids. So that's me paying it forward and giving thanks for how healthy my children are. As far as gift giving for the holidays, our family has gotten so big and so extensive that it really is kind of a burden, especially on the younger families, to give gifts to everyone. So instead of that, everyone who is within a couple hours distance from each other gets together, and we do a white elephant exchange. And because it's the only gift we give, it's a little more expensive um, than most white elephants might be. Our gifts tend to run between $35 and $50, but it's the only gift that we give for the adults. It is so much fun. Another tradition that we have picked up in the heart of gift giving is we play family bingo when we're all together. And there are lots of little gifts that families might need. It could be blankets or socks or candles or gift cards to restaurants. And when you get a bingo, you get to just pick whatever gift you want. So you're not playing for a particular prize. That's been a lot of fun. I tend to give family members who aren't close enough to be here gift cards and gift certificates, which I used to think were so cold and impersonal. But now I think the opposite of that, with the cost of shipping gifts across country or, across the world, getting a gift card is so much easier, and they can get whatever they want. And they don't even have to tell me what they got. So that works out. That said, the best gift giver I know is my daughter. And those of you who know me know some of the gifts she has given me. My daughter gives you something off your bucket list. She'll find your bucket list and then go do it with you. And that's how I ended up skydiving. And that's how I ended up zip lining in the redwoods. And she went with me. These are adventures that we've had together. We went to Lake Tahoe. We went to Big Bear. And she doesn't just say, okay, goodbye, go, but she comes along, and it's so much fun and just absolutely terrific. Because she does this, the whole family has started having adventures together. We go hiking together. Lately, we've been doing waterfalls. We're in a new area, and there's all kinds of parks and all kinds of lakes and all kinds of waterfalls. And we pack up the kids and the dogs and all the families, and we go and spend the day hiking. And the gift we're giving is memories, time, and love. I do get gifts for my loved ones. Sometimes I just know exactly the right thing to give. And generally, I will wrap it and then leave it somewhere where they're going to find it. I don't even say it's for me, although oftentimes they can guess. It might be something that we talked about, and it might be something big or it might be something small. For example, this year, I'm giving my mother-in-law, who I hope doesn't watch these videos or won't see this one, a rain gauge of all things. She uses a carton, I don't even know what it is. I think cottage cheese carton or something, to check the rain. And we all get together and talk about, oh, I got 4 inches, I got 5, and she'll tell you where it was on the carton. So this year I'm getting her a rain gauge. I know she could get it herself, but she's just never thought of it. So I feel like that's going to be a perfect gift. When I give a gift, I don't care if you know it came from me or not, but I always try and do so with the intention that I see you, I see where you are, and I honor you on your path and journey. So that's what I've got.
Well, thank you, Reverend Linda. And Karen and Susan, I appreciate all your input. Anybody have anything else they want to add? Yes, Karen. Unmute.
Yes, I loved what everybody had to share. And in the sharings, it jogged my mind. And I think I'd mentioned before that when I got divorced, that kind of put a switch on giving little kids presents because, there was 6 of them. So we started doing the grandkids and myself outings every July. We did something. But I think, and they're mostly married now, but I think I might just put out the little feeler with one of them to see if they would want to go to a motel someplace, the one that's got the jacuzzi and dinner. And like I said, I mean, now they're in their 30s, but it's a thought. It's again about hearing the secrets and the stuff going on in their lives. And that was always so special because I got the information I usually didn't even want to know about what was going on in their families. So anyway, might just throw that out there to the kids. Thank you for your shares, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Well, everyone has uniqueness about it, and I hope that what we've shared is that it's really about Christmas as being present, being with the people you have. It's about sharing that time, and sometimes it is that quality of time that you spend with them is far more important than having something to open up under the tree. And even if someone just likes to, like I said, just putting a package under the tree with a card or a note that's like, this is your getaway weekend, or, come and have dinner with us. I did that with family one time, is like the extended family is invited, gave them a gift card to come and have dinner with us at our home. And it was sort of, so take the stress out of having to run around with all the millions of people out there buying those gifts and, the consumerism. And just remember that Christmas is really about the spirit of giving. And that's giving of ourselves, giving lovingly and openly, and spending that time being present with each other and, lovingly. And, it's just, and if somebody likes to have a package under the tree, make it something homemade, is just says, I get you, I see you, I know you, I love you, and I wanted to give you this little special thing that makes you think of me. So whatever it is that you feel, hopefully what you got from everybody that we shared today helps you get through the holidays with less stress and helps with your gift giving ideas going. It's not as much about consumerism as it is about being in the spirit and the presence of the Christ Jesus, who was born, the gift of God that he gave us his only begotten son, and that we are here to enjoy that time with each other and being, I've sort of taught the little ones about creating a card for their mom and dad, creating a card saying this is what they were going to do, rather than buying a gift for mom or dad. Is like when they've been with me, it's like, okay, I want you to draw a picture, create a card, and tell your mom and dad what, like you're going to make your bed every morning, or you're going to, do something special for them. So that just makes it a little more special. And like we said, many of us, as we get up in years, we have everything we need, so we don't need stuff. So one year when we had the fires, the major fires in California, I, through Arbor, I had made the gifts to have a tree planted in the family name. So it was like rebuilding the forests that had been burnt down. And it was like done, in this family's name, there's a tree that's been planted. So little things like that is like, Meals on Wheels for somebody that's shut in. So I appreciate everyone's input, and hopefully we take some of the stress out of your holidays and help you figure out that, the gift giving idea is just comes from the heart. So, and anybody have anything else? And otherwise I will sign us out. So, well, I appreciate Reverend Linda and Susan and Karen for joining me today. Hopefully those who have joined us through YouTube and watched this video, that we've took a little stress out of your holidays for you, and share your thoughts and if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, give us your comments. We appreciate hearing from you, and want to know that we are reaching out and letting you know that we're here for you. And if you want to be a part of our group, please let the church know, and they'll contact Reverend Linda so she can send out the link to join us. And we also, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We love to add subscribers to our group, so you will get these notifications when we post. And so thank you, everyone. We bless you and hope you have a wonderful holiday. And just remember about the presence of you is the best gift you can give anyone. So bye, everyone.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook, Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.